Good afternoon, class. So today is 27th of October, and we will have to cover the current affairs of today. So the first news is related to the Supreme Court to pass orders on the plea in the Pegasus case today. So what is this Pegasus case, and what are the things that are happening with the government? Now, please remember there have been allegations on the government that there is a company called as Pegasus. This company is basically registered in Israel, and it is used to basically snoop upon the communications or the mobiles or the privacy of the certain important individual which is critical for the government. Now please remember, is government allowed to basically snoop upon any individual? The first question arises. Of course, the government is allowed, but the permission should come from the joint secretary or the secretary of the Indian government, and in that there should be a need to basically or a threat to the national security that should be justified. Only then there is a provision for snooping and it is perfectly legal. So when the Supreme Court bench asked the government said that when we basically provide this particular panel, everything that the government is doing with regard to the privacy will come out in public, and this would create and will create problem for the security of the state, because there will be now then demand to basically enact a law that should be away from all the things, and the government will not be able to basically maintain control over the critical security or the persons who are basically the moles in the security systems. I hope this is clear. So government was basically waiting that whether there will be a panel that will be there and what kind of panel we will be talking about. So that has been the case, and that was the issue that we have to basically deal with. I hope this is clear. The next news is related to I think straight away we will jump to the articles. Fixed water level at 137 feet. This is set by Kerala. I hope you remember this is the same article we talked about in the last lecture. This is a Mulla Periyar Dam. I have told you there are three things you have to remember. Mulla Periyar Dam is a dam that is built on the Periyar River, number one. Secondly, it is built in Kerala but controlled and operated by Tamil Nadu. Third, Kerala is basically want to build another dam in front of Mulla Periyar Dam, to which Tamil Nadu is objecting. And why it is objecting? Because the resources of the country, whichever water, forest and other air, cannot be restricted by any particular state, and therefore the states are not empowered enough to basically make a law that could basically restrict the flow of water from one state to another. So that has been the three cases that you have to remember. Now the tussle is still going on. The ball is in the court of the panel, which had to decide that what kind of clearances with regard to the level of water should be provided for the dam. So that has been the case here. The next news is related to the safety must, and this is again the Mulla Periyar Dam. I hope you understand the basic things and the issues that are between the two states. Everything that I have told you has been the only purpose that has been mentioned here, and this is operated and maintained by Tamil Nadu. The three things I told you. The only extra thing that has been basically talked in this particular article is that this particular issue that is prevailing between the two states, Mr. Stalin and Mr. Vijayan, can send a strong message that there is no room for passion and chauvinism on a technical and a complex subject. So basically what they are saying that the both mature leaders should sit together. They should decide that whether the safety of the people could be compromised in the terms for the petty, you can say, advantages that they are getting out of this particular dam, or whether we should not politicize this particular dam. Whatever be the report of the panel should be accepted by the all. That has been some of the cases, or that has been some of the things that they basically want to debate. Okay, so what we have to do, there should be scientific and technological certainty which could basically suggest that what kind of safety precautions that we need to maintain for the safety, or you can say long-term existence of this particular dam. I hope this is clear. The next one is the coup in Sudan. So Sudan is a country that is located near Horn of Africa. You have, please go on the maps here, see where Sudan is located and what are the countries that are located around it. There is another country that is surrounding it, which is called as South Sudan. This is one of the latest country to achieve independence from the Sudan. I think in the year 2011 or 2013 or 14. एक बार उसका year भी check कर लीजिएगा in which year South Sudan was created. Now, please remember there should be the transition that the government basically had to do. So, what happened in the year 2019? There was a rebellion by the government. There were two major powers who were basically controlling the country of Sudan. One was the military, and second one was the civil government. Now, please remember before that there was military and autocratic. Okay, so what happened? People rose up, the autocratic against the autocratic ruler who was basically there. And it was decided that from 2019 to 2021, the control would remain in the hand of the civilian government and the army. I hope this is clear. Earlier, what happened? There was an autocratic ruler. The ruler basically had hand in glove with the army, and they were basically controlling whole of the state. So people rose in rebellion. They threw away the autocratic ruler. Army somehow basically was able to manage the trust of the people. So therefore, they came up into the government with the elected civilian government. For 2 years, this transition was to go. There had to be elections in 2021, but just before the elections, as every time it happens in the world, whenever you see that power is slipping from you, you basically try to hold on that power more tightly. Okay. Now, in that particular part, the military of that particular state has basically taken control of all the civilian government, and they have arrested all the civilian leadership, to which the people are not reacting very, you can say, favorably, and there may be chances that this could very well turn into a bloody clash between the army and the civilian population. However, army have asked them to basically that it is for a temporary period and we will basically conduct the election soon. And there have been problems with regard to the civilian governments also. So what does army sanctions to basically conduct a coup? Army is saying that once the government or the civilian government have come into place, they are not able to manage the COVID, they are not able to manage the prices, they are not able to manage the food security. So the people were already protesting. If we would have not taken control, the civilian government would not have been able to basically manage the situation, and we could again fall back into the civil war situation before 2019. So therefore we took control of the government, but it is only for a temporary transitional period. And once the elections will be conducted, we will again go back to whatever role that we are currently playing. But we do not believe in this particular kind of theory. So we have to see what will happen over the time in this particular part. I hope this is clear. The next one is why India should not sign on zero. So I hope you understood by now that what are the problems that India have with regard to the signing to the net zero. First of all, I hope you understand that what is a net zero. Net zero is basically total emissions that are needed to be created, and in that particular emissions, what you achieve basically that things that will be there. Okay. So I hope you remember there is carbon emissions. Carbon emissions are equivalent to the temperature, and this particular temperature is basically going to be problematic for the atmosphere in the longer term. So what we are going for? We are going for net zero emissions. But as we have already discussed, the developed nations and the developing nations are not at parity with one another in understanding the climatic situation. We are talking about climate justice, that the climate justice is needed to be done, and this climate justice is basically with regard to the issues and things that we needed to be basically committed to. So that has been the case that we are currently looking for. So I hope this is clear. The next one is clearing the air on water. So this is again the another dam, that is Paralambukulam Ayer project. ठीक है, इसको छोड़ दीजिए, not important. The next one is the preparing for the outbreak. So this is Ayushman Bharat infrastructure mission that is aimed to build a robust public health infrastructure. Now what are the aims of this particular mission? To create certain kind of additional, we can say, arsenal that we need to prepare for any kind of outbreak that may happen in the future. So what have happened? There have been allocation of approximately 65,000 crore, which have been basically created, or you can say 64,180 crore over a period of 5 years. But whether that will be sufficient enough, because we are seeing that the capacity of the hospitals were completely overhauled and they were completely overrun with regard to the second wave, and maybe in future there may be more such attacks of such, you can say, amount or such, uh, I'm not getting the word, what they called, impact, of such impact that may harm the common life at the of the people and the situation. So that has been the case that we should be currently looking for. So I hope this is clear. तो इसमें डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just remember there had to be three things that are needed to be basically maintain a outbreak. So what you do, what are the three things you should to do? ठीक है. Generally you need not to read the article, or even if you read the article you have to simplify it for yourself. Just for example, how do you prepare for outbreaks? You have to be completely monitoring the situation if there are any outbreak of smaller or a larger scale at a particular place. Secondly, the testing and the scientific equipment had to be come in so that the faster testing can be conducted. Then there is the role of administration. If there is quarantine, isolation, or even create a type of infrastructure, they should run parallelly at one another. On one hand, you try to mitigate, on another hand, you try to prevent. So that are the things that should run together. Other than that, there should be health emergencies that could be trained or would be trained or should be trained with regard to the outbreak, so that we have a standing manpower which could be sufficiently trained enough to deal with such situation, and this particular thing will help in containment of the total whatever have happened with regard to the outbreaks or what is going to happen with regard to the outbreaks. So I hope this is clear. Now, count on not so big powers. This is a statement that is given by Syed Akrubuddin. So this is an interview. Of course, there will be article that is there. Now, his only advice is that India should not put all eggs in one basket. This is said by former United Nations envoy. So what he have said that depending on big powers is not going to help India. We have already seen the debacle of India when it was trusting USA in Afghanistan. Now, please remember, this is a long-standing issue. What happened in Afghanistan? That in Afghanistan, American forces came. They decided that they will stay there, and from 2001 to 2021, they stayed over there. And they have promised a stable government, a political democratic government that will be established over there. But what have happened? The Taliban have taken control of it, and the biggest concern is for India if the Taliban have taken control of it. Now, with regard to that particular issue, Indian government have been apprised and have been basically concerned with regard to the outcomes or the things that could happen at that particular place. So what Mr. Akrubuddin is saying, that you can see that relying heavily on the big powers is not going to favor India or is not going to help India, because these big powers basically do not take the opinion of the small developing world. So we should not depend or not count on so big powers who are basically saying that they are with you, because it depends इंटरनेशनली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट. और ऐसे भी अगर हम लाइफ की बात करें तो जनरली डिपेंड्स ऑन इंटरेस्ट. इट जनरली डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंटरेस्ट यू होल्ड एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स यू जनरली talk about. So that has been the case here and that has been the issue here. So I hope this is clear. The next one is the draft rules seek to make airport disabled friendly. So this is a request recently by, I hope you remember, Deepa Malik. What happened with Deepa Malik, that she was asked to basically remove the I think prosthetic legs she was wearing, or there was some person who basically went on social media that this was the behavior of the airport security. So after that, the government have kicked in. The Social Justice Ministry and the Civil Aviation Ministry is basically doing a number of rounds with regard to the facilities that are needed to be maintained for these particular people who are basically specially abled in any such cases, so that they are not basically with the you can say trouble that they might come in. Okay, so there could be major other scans or things or the checking that is needed to be done. So what is the issue here? If you go to the airport and if you are wearing prosthetic legs, you basically have to remove them all the way. And sometimes when persons are wearing jeans, it is very humiliating and very you can say grieving concern that the persons who are already suffering made to suffer like this, or they have to be treated like this. So this was objected by a particular person. I have forgotten the name. Either it was Deepa Malik or there was some other known person. You can search it online who was the person who was aggrieved of this. So they talked to Mr. or they have requested online, and after that, the ministry have come into the place. They have basically said that there should be parking, passenger, boarding of aircraft, aisle chairs on the flight that are longer than 3 hours for the flight use. And there are many other measures that are needed to be put in place so that these people could be treated fairly and in a well behaved manner. I hope this is clear. The next article is related to tax revenue to be set to beat the forecast. So, on the high of the festive season and the sale of the different cars and other parts, it is said that the tax revenue is basically to beat the forecast. India need to bolster its health infrastructure that is said by Zin. So, how do you need to bolster the health infrastructure? The capital infrastructure, different kind of machines, everything that is needed had to be provided. The next one is the chips scarcity to cap growth of passenger vehicle at 11 to 13%. Now there is supply issue impact on growth that may be 400 to 600 bps. So what they are saying that the actual growth of the manufacturing sector with regard to the passenger vehicle could increase in India at about 14 to 15%, but because of the chip shortages, it is currently underperforming because the chips are not coming from the USA. So that has been the case that have happened here. So I hope this is clear. Okay, so I think that is it for today.